Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and welcome to NerdTube, and it's fan film reaction time. I'm here with Major Rage, Cousin Cheeto, and Commodore Boone. How you fellas doing?
Great.
Doing awesome.
Fantastic. And we are still on the Stutelberg collection, and we are reviewing Ace Up the Sleeve. This only came out a few months ago from this recording, May the 14th, 2022, I believe.
March.
March. I apologize, March. So just a few months ago. This year we're going to try and give it some boost in views, even if it's only a handful. Still, we want to get these guys to get recognized because regardless of how we feel about their films, they obviously put a lot of work into it. So whether we like it or hate it, they do deserve as much recognition as possible. And if you do find it shit, then give them that criticism as well. But at least let thousands of people criticize their shit, not just a few hundred. Okay, so let's get it on the board, Miss Ford. Wonderful.
Also, don't forget this is the final stop on the Stutelberg.
Oh yes, and it has been a fantastic voyage. I do feel like Catherine Janeway, having to go through several years of this shit because some of this stuff, does feel like I've been watching it for years upon on end because not all of it has been to our taste. Yes, we have given some, individually we have given some of these fan films better marks than others. But overall, our opinions have been a little bit down. But regardless, we have put a spotlight on these guys, and they deserve it for the work they put in, regardless of how we feel about it. So we hope that they get more views. And then, as I said earlier, if people want to criticize their stuff, by all means do so. And if you like it, then give them some praise. I mean, they put work into it regardless. So with this final stop, Ace Up the Sleeve, let's just hope this is the ace of the whole, I don't want to say trilogy, that's the wrong word, but the whole collection of films that we've seen so far. Let's just hope they go out with a bang. Let's rock and roll, my son. Moolah. Ace Up the Sleeve. A little bit more volume, please. Oh,
Eric Menard.
The Stan Lee of Star Trek fan films.
Admiral.
Serious face.
By the way, the volume is all the way up, just so you guys know.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, hello. I'm glad you were able to make the appointment.
Cut the small talk, Venric.
Don't worry. As you can see here, your friend is unharmed.
We can't see
me
because
see
the
his
lighting's
face.
bad again.
Then I'll believe you.
Not until after I know you have the materials we agreed on.
Foreign accent check, beret check, bad guy
All
definitely.
Scan my ship. You'll see I brought exactly what we agreed upon.
All right. Everything appears to be in order.
Stutelberg!
No!
Several days earlier, I was one of those.
They love in media res here.
I'm sorry, Admiral. I just don't think what you're asking for is possible.
I assumed as such, considering the situation, but I still thought it best to inform you.
I understand.
Ura.
It's just I'm not sure how much we'll be able to get done with the ships we have in port.
How soon will you be able to get any of the docked ships up and running?
Best estimation, I'd say our best situation is 4 days.
I'm sorry to hear. Our ETA estimate is that we have only 3 days before the energy cloud gets here. But I'm going to have to ask you and your team to do your best.
How many operational ships do you have at Earth Space Dock?
The closest ship that we have to operation status is the Enterprise.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of testing to no brief it in a life and death situation.
Neither do we, but we're not in a situation with many options. I'll be talking with Admiral Curry here in a few moments about our options.
I'm sure Captain Decker will be pleased to take the ship out.
I'll let you begin your work, Commander. Godspeed.
Hey, it's a tug.
What the hell?
Maintenance ship.
Tugboat.
The girl wants us to do what?
One that does lasers and stuff like on the
I
hull.
know, but with the rest
Yeah,
of the fleet in other sectors, we don't have much of a choice.
If that tin-plated... I'll tell you, if
I know, but with the rest of the fleet in other sectors, that thing heading towards Earth, we don't have much of a choice.
There's a
Uh-oh.
lot more detail on the CGI in this episode. Like they got a different artist.
La Resistance has got him.
Now let's set a course out of here before our cloak runs out.
Our
Maximum
cloak
speed.
runs out? Like, what, is
Come
it on
in.
a timer?
you read,
Okay.
Commander, do you read?
Oh, no!
Well, happy?
No.
Are you all right, Commander?
I brought the baguettes.
I'm alright. I'm fine. Safe and sound, just like you promised.
Well,
Don't be so impatient.
How does that look?
Hey, it's bombs.
perfect.
It looks
And
like
now, your end of the deal. Complete.
it looks like the bombs from Star Trek Online.
See ya.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Oh no. Thank you.
The ace up the sleeve.
What does that mean?
It's the ace up the sleeve.
Yep.
Oh, the
Did he
Klingons.
put a tracker on there?
Oh, he's done a Mandalorian.
You didn't think you were the only cloaked ship in the area, did you?
Verna, to Vulture! Beam me out!
It looks like your crew has cut their losses. Enjoy your stay, Bethany.
No! Wait, I'm sure we can...
Oh, like a red beam. That means it with the Klingies.
Yeah?
I like the other beam better with the crystals floating around.
This is Second Lieutenant,
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
Communications Officer of the
Korra.
Midnight Legend. We have secured your pirate. Victory is ours this day.
So it would seem, brother. Thanks again for your help.
You owe me, Menard. It was an honor, to be sure, but it wasn't easy convincing Captain Cayley that this was a good idea. Still, we'll make this Elasi Batak get what he deserves. How is your hostage?
He's all right. Have a safe trip back to Kronos for me.
My pleasure, Menard. Kapla.
Kapla.
Plot.
Pick-tock.
Admiral's Log, Stardate 7411.2. With the V'ger threat now dealt with, we're making our way back to Earth.
Captain
Is that-
Kirk.
With
Is
one
that
more
Captain
passenger.
Kirk?
Oh, God, I hate it when they do this.
How was your
Yeah,
voyage,
sure.
Commander Elberg?
As long as I'm standing here, I can say it was alright.
That's a good way to look at it, Commander. Uhura, pass me through to Starfleet Command.
Ooh,
Admiral Gray.
hurrah! Pass me through to Starfleet.
Admiral, I'd like to report that Commander Elberg is here safe and sound.
That's apparent, Kirk. Mr. Elberg, is everything all right?
Yes, Admiral. My rescue was an outstanding success.
Agreed. Do you have any further orders, Admiral?
Just make sure the Enterprise makes it back to Earth for a good review and checkup on the refit.
Understood. We'll be back momentarily. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Any post-credit scenes? I know good old Minard loves to have a post-credit scene in his shit when he's involved. I guess this is not his fan film, so.
No. Yeah, every fan film's different.
So the ace up the sleeve was the Klingons. Yeah, okay. It was all right, I guess. Good acting from Vance. Obviously, he knows his character very well, so he knows how to play it. Oh, Mike. I mean, I'll tell you this: if it wasn't Strutelberg as a hostage and it was one of Minard's girlfriends, then that person would be dead by now. You know what I mean? Because if you all know, Minard's girlfriends never last a distance. They're always fucking dead. So lucky for this person that he wasn't Minard's girlfriend. But regardless, it was okay. I don't think we needed that Captain Kirk bollocks at the end, but regardless, it was okay. I think sometimes with some of these fan films, they like to just throw in like some bullshit epilogue, like we saw with a previous one when they were in the movie era of Star Trek with the change of costumes and stuff like that. You know, just throwing it in there, like you don't need that shit. This initial story is good enough. Just stick with it. No bullshit epilogue, and just wrap it up and then on to the next adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of that particular gripe, I liked it. It wasn't too bad. Commodore Boone, what do you think?
I think it was great. I mean, we had a lot of people that we know, a lot of admirals on this one, and a heck of a lot better lighting. Oh my goodness. That lighting, like I've been saying, makes a big difference, especially when you're making fan films. You got to get that light just right. But yeah, it was great. I mean, I liked every bit of it.
Cheeto?
Yeah, I liked it. I did not like the Kirk bit at the end, and the villain was a bit like ham-fisted, but it's all right for what it was. I mean, I don't know if this is technically like, since this came out in March, I'm assuming this is not the end of Stutelberg's line of fan films. But yeah, I feel like that. I mean, it is all right. I think the last one was a lot better actually. But Menard was in it. He's good at his job.
Yep.
Stutelberg's always great usually. I hate it. I hate it though when they do that. When they take legacy characters and they take people, and they put them in there. I just, for the sake of it, like they're like, oh, now that the V'ger situation's been handled, now we're on our way back to Earth and the refit Enterprise. It's like, God, I'm like, no, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Like when they do legacy characters like that. Paramount can do it because it's their thing, but it's like, if you don't need it, if you don't absolutely need it, if you are not tying into something directly that happens from the motion picture directly, you shouldn't do it. You should try to avoid it at all costs, in my opinion. Unless you have the original actor in there, which I'm sure William Shatner or even Chris Pine are not coming to do a fan film. So, or even the new guy, whatever his name is. I don't even remember what his name is. So anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts.
Before I pass it on to May, just want to say that we have watched probably like a good several years of this guy's fan films. And I will say that his craft has improved to a degree. The lighting being the main thing, for sure. So yeah, and he's also like with this this most recent film. I don't want to say final film. He's got on board some heavyweight Star Trek fan film actors like Vance and some of the other guys who I do recognize whose names escape me, but I'm sure you're familiar with them, Commodore. He's got them on board, and so that obviously enhanced the product. Major Rage.
This was, while a marked improvement from the earlier stuff in the Stutelberg collection, I like Cheeto. I didn't enjoy it as much as the last one we watched just now. I feel like the pacing was a little sluggish. Like he said, the villain was a little ham-fisted. He kind of looked like one of the Wolverines from Red Dawn. But it wasn't bad. And like you said, they brought in some talent and it's a little bit of crossover thing, but that having Kirk for no good reason other than to use the name Kirk just doesn't sit well with me. And the actor didn't even try to give it a Shatner style delivery. So it just put a different name on the character. Don't call it the Enterprise. Don't call him Kirk. There's tons of ships in Starfleet.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start rating it. Mage, what are you going to give it?
I'm going to give this one a 6.
Still pretty good with all your criticism. Decent mark, I would say. Cousin Cheeto.
I would definitely give it a 6 as well. I mean, as I said, it's a marked, and I'm kind of comparing it from the earlier stuff. So, I mean, definitely marked improvements all around. But I would give it a 6 out of 10.
100? Okay, out of 10. Okay, fair enough. Commodore Boone.
Well, like I said, I liked it and everything. The villain was a little bit dark down there, but everything else was light. I mean, you could actually see what was going on. I would give it a 8. A big 8. Solid 8.
Sausages.
Okay.
Yep, 8 sausages.
Okay. Well, I'll say this for good old Stoodle. Mate, if you're going to do a villain next time, don't put this motherfucker don't give this motherfucker a beret. Try to be a bit more original in how you're going to make this person come across as a villain. Stop putting fucking berets on all your fucking bad guys. All right. That's with that said, I'm going to give it a decent mark. I think I was starstruck by this episode, so I'm going to give it a 7. So yeah, for sure. You had a lot of decent backup to make this episode a lot better than what it could have been without them, and they helped you cross the line to give us all this episode a decent mark. So 7 from me. All right, so we are done. Is this it? Is this over?
For now, it seems.
Yeah, so these have been the voyages of the Stutelberg Productions. And yes, this season for us is over. I'm sure if he has any more stuff that he wants us to review, we'll be happy to criticize it in our best way possible. But until then, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube. Thank you, Mage. Thank you, Cheeto. Thank you, Commodore Boone.
Anytime.
And thank you all out. And thank you. And thank you to all of you out there in YouTube land. Live long and prosper. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.